And I'm hitting go live. Hello, hello. We are live.
Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as J Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 302 or 02. I always say the O. Do you say O?
No, well, yeah, 302. Yeah.
Yeah. And I could see where that would be confusing for children learning letters and numbers, right? Like, why is there an O in the middle of that one?
Yeah, I try to switch it to zeros when I'm talking over the phone to somebody who needs to get them. But
yeah.
I realize how dark I am, so keep going.
No. Yeah. No, I just want to thank everybody for being patient. This past weekend, everybody heard about my laptop having problems, and now my work systems are having problems. And then I just saw that, like, out on the East Coast, there's electricity and Amazon and Google problems. So it just continues to grow. What is it when something is in something retrograde? Mercury's in retrograde. The technologies all go wrong. Well, I've had quite the technologically challenging week. Let's just put that mildly. So anyway, all that to say, thank you for patiently waiting for us to be able to start. I had a command center that I was commanding, and I had to wrap that up. Wanted to say hi to Yumi Yarns. We've got Shayna, Claire, Pat, Sandy, Silver, D, Valerie. All were patiently waiting for us.
I feel like I need to get closer.
Hello, ladies. Yeah. So we had a great past weekend where it was kind of a chill weekend, but we also got to see some fabulous finished objects. That was super enabling to me. Seeing everybody's fabulous projects and hearing the joy, that's the crafting joy is what just puts the wind in my sails. And then we did some shopping.
A little bit.
A little bit of shopping. She set up a wall, which was fabulous, and got to see some of those new colors. Yeah, I think you said you grabbed a new color, right? No, you grabbed an existing color.
I did.
I've got some new colors in my cart.
Okay.
So the re-entry and I can't see it, the Secret Cove were new to me colors that I was like, ooh.
Yeah, re-entry was really tempting. I almost need to see it in person because I'm thinking larger things, and I wasn't sure. Yes, larger things.
But yeah. Shayna says only a little shopping. She got a sweater and a Hug kit.
Oh.
So, oh yeah, it's fun to shop for sure. And she gave us a very generous coupon code. So
yeah, so participate.
Yes, participate.
Coupon code.
And then this weekend we've got the fabulous Miss Cecilia. If you have been to ZK 2019, I was doing the mental math. You got to meet her and hear her talk. And she is the genius behind the Fiberary Challenge, which runs all through February. It's Instagram. You get prompts and then you can answer them. I always find it super inspiring and network building, right? Like to find more crafters out on Instagram, and also just to see how people answer it, right? So like one of the favorite ones is when I'm not crafting, and just, sometimes I've posted other hobbies. You could also post your occupation. It's just, it's really interesting. I follow the hashtag and I look and like and meet and follow. And so we have her coming to chat with us, do a little bit of an introduction for folks that haven't met her yet. And that is Sunday. So, and that's the last day of January, if you can believe that.
Oh, wow.
I don't know where January went, but it's gone. So yeah, I think the January chill is definitely one of my favorite things this past week. as well as planning for that February challenge. We're going to do some prizes there. I just packaged up 23 prizes to ship out. So that's KAL prizes and our prize of Palooza. I started in the chatter out on Discord, like, how much do you think that weighs? And Lynn was pretty close at 160 ounces. It was 100, or did she say 150? It was 164 ounces. So 10 pounds of prizes got shipped today. Yeah, which is pretty exciting.
I was going to say mine are a little delayed by my ink shortage. So I'm going to pick up some ink tonight, get those printed and put in the mail tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm so excited to, again, another favorite thing. I want to see what these people are going to do with it. Right. So like, I've already been like, not to like pressure you, Valerie, but like, what are you planning to do with that purple paisley? I want to have it be in the hands of the knitters that are going to do something with it rather than in the prize closet. Right. So super excited about that.
Yeah, I have a super itchy nose.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on.
I play with my hair a lot in Zooms, I've noticed.
You can see your face and you're just like, okay, I'm just going to.
You go like into mirror mode, right? Like,
yeah,
okay.
mirror mode. Yes, exactly. Like, oh, okay, well, I straighten my glasses and yeah.
I'm going to look at you and not me. That way, maybe
it should help.
Valerie is actually on the YouTube streaming and said that weekender she hopes, which again was her answer to me. I think that would be a fabulous weekender. I wore my weekender most of the weekend, as well as my rituals, which is another good one if you've got a sweater quantity that you need to mix in. But my other favorite things are needle adjacent projects and a bag that I'm like storing the needle adjacent projects in. So what about you, Amy?
So this was in late November to around Christmas, right? You were getting a lot of people that were giving you coupon codes. But I think that there was one that had just started right after Christmas. So it was like how to spend your Christmas money. And I was enabled by one of our very own. So Bunny Fish, Heather, had said that Humble Bumble was having a
yeah. And so they sent us prizes in years past, right?
Yes, and I bought some Humble Bumble off of the Knit Buffalo yarn truck.
Yeah, oh, that's a beautiful purple.
Yeah, this is a very deep purple, but it's got these pops of really bright yellow in it. So I had already bought one of these in fingering weight, and then this is sport weight. So apparently I needed multiples of that. And then I have this one. This one's cotton candy, so it's kind of one of those rainbow ones where it's mostly one color, but it's got pops. But the pops are only in the sherbet color, so very cute. And also on sport weight, apparently I have a love affair with sport weight lately.
Well, you there for a while. You were doing a lot of socks, right?
Right.
Like bam socks, yeah.
Yeah, sport weight socks and then hats and different things that I've been seeing come out in sport weight.
Yeah. Not as bammy as, if that's a word, bammy, bamish, not as bamish as Laura's worsted weight socks that she was talking about, which I think she enabled a lot of people to grab some worsted weight Sun Valley fibers. I know I have a skein in my cart to try them.
I stuck with the sport weight because it was a new base for Jeanette, and it was a different put up than most sport weights, so I was intrigued. So
Laura says they are super BAM. That's not BAM Lee or BAM-ish. They're super BAM.
Yeah, the sport weight that Jeanette had was like 8-ply, and it was only 250 yards. So that seems like a very almost DK. So I could probably make some super speedy socks out of that.
Yeah,
but then I also got this Glacier, which is a gray with pops of this beautiful aqua.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So that dye style with the little pops like that, I hadn't seen much of. So I got very intrigued. I haven't knit with it yet, but I did see a few objects out there that people had made with it. And I was like, okay, I can see this. I want some of that in my life.
Yeah.
But again, these were a pretty good coupon. If I do recall, it was like 20 or 25% off. It was really great. So
Yeah.
those three snuck into my cart.
Sandy asked about the Sun Valley Fiber code. I don't feel comfortable sharing it here since she shared it on the Zoom, but because that that did not record that session, unfortunately, again, technology has not been my friend this week. We will put it out on Discord for folks if they want to get it, because she had it through the end of this week, so the end of this month, which is the end of this week, the 31st. So we'll get it out there for you, Sandy.
Yeah, and that's different than what I just said.
Yes, yeah, sorry. Yep. I'm trying to keep up with what you're saying and then stuff in the chat. Sorry.
Yeah, no, this stuff was only at the end of Christmas and it's probably not going on, but that was one of my like, oh, I really liked just that, like, oh, not you've already done shopping, but maybe you got some Christmas money, there was a sale, and then you could add on. So I did use some Christmas money and got 3 skeins of beautiful yarn.
Yeah.
And then I guess
that's gorgeous. Sorry, not to distract from that. I was trying to, but yeah, those are pretty. The closest I've seen is 3 Irish Girls kind of had those skeins where it was a really dark color, and then the other end was like a rainbow.
Oh,
on the other end of the skein, right? Like it looked like they were dip dyed, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I've seen those. Yeah, lots of different places. But yeah, very, very very cool technique. It's gonna have lots of little pop speckles, I guess. Pop of color. But the other thing that I'm enjoying is KLs. So we had Tony on, and she's still doing her Make It Crochet Along. So I had started another one of my Mercy Claws, but in a towel size this time. Yeah. And I actually put it in a little yarn bowl this time.
Cute.
Yeah.
Is that Dishy again? Or is that, no, that was from Sarah.
Yeah, so this came from a business that we lost recently that was going with 30% off in stock yarns. So I don't recall, this was just a very basic cotton, and I'm not even sure it was from a maker that I could recognize. But yep, got a beautiful cotton. And I've been winding things into balls. Apparently that's relaxing right now. Especially when they're just, a couple 100 yards.
Yeah, if you get a little bit of a wiggle in it, it looks like you're like dancing.
Yep, so I've been enjoying that, and I got new little interchangeable.
Yes. Yeah, I should mention that because I was seaming up my Radvent throw, and these came in really handy, right? Like I started out real small, and then it wasn't stretching enough, and I kind of walked myself up to the red one. But the hook, people are going to laugh because I said it all weekend, but the hook is just really hooky. Like, it's good. Like the other ones, the cheaper ones from Amazon, the hook was very blunt, like there wasn't much of a crevice, right? So yeah, I would highly recommend these if you're getting started. They've got little cords that you can, like Amy's got, that you can for the longer Tunisian crochet. Yep. Or you can just use it like a crochet hook, which was what I would do. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And if you found it too short, you could even just add these because they had really short ones in the packaging as well. So but yeah, so far so good with that. I don't know if I can review it versus the wooden one. It's less noisy. My wooden one was getting squeaky. Not sure why. I think the join was getting squeaky.
Got it.
That was entertaining. But yeah, that, and I have an Eat Sleep Knit KL that I was going to do. They have a quarterly challenge, and this quarter was mosaics. And so I was looking through different mosaic patterns all yesterday, and so I cast on my own design, apparently, because I wanted that in a mitt, because I was thinking, what do I actually want? And a fingerless mitt actually seemed like something I might use. So I cast that on instead. I mean, socks would always be useful, but for some reason that seemed like too much work. I wanted something quick, and I don't need any more hats. I don't need more cowls. So I decided to pick a standard mosaic and put it in a mint.
Excellent. So my favorite things are, some of them are recent purchases, or purchases that have recently arrived, I guess you could say, as well as just kind of like what is old is new, like a lot of stash stirring, right? So while I was stirring my stash for other things, I pulled out items and went like, I think I'm going to work with this, right? And so kind of not culling the herd, because I'm not sending the rest of it away. I'm just pulling these out as like these are needle adjacent projects, right? Projects waiting to happen. So my husband, I sent him this Franklin Habit printed Bagoo bag that I wanted to get because of A, the color, and then B, the sentiment, right? So, 20 years from now, or maybe even 10, I can laugh about toilet paper, yarn, and my version would be like, this is actually a coffee bottle, a wine bottle, but prepared. So I'm prepared to cast on a new project at any time by just grabbing things out of this bag. It's got a nice adjustable handle and some snaps. So it could become like a day bag if it wasn't a holding my needle adjacent projects bag. But because we've got January or February is going to be red and pink, I pulled out some of my Wisconsin woolen spun from when they were at our market. Was that like 3 or 4 years ago now? It's been a bit.
Yeah, it seems like a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So jam is one of my favorite reds, and blushing. And I know you made eyes when I talked about it initially. I think they're going to be very pretty together, but you were like red and pink.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
To each their own.
Yes. So I'm either going to try to find a color work, 2-color something to use this up, or I'm going to create it. But stay tuned. I have been doing the searches and not turning up anything that I wanted. I think I mentioned that I wanted to make another bright axis. So this is some more wool-mize in the Sabrina colorway. And yeah, I think that will be super duper pretty. This is Nomadic Yarns. It's her BFL base, Brit sock in the Wanderlust colorway. So that's going to be another bright axis, if the mood so strikes me.
I think I would need a couple skeins of the wool-mize to do one for me. But
yeah, I mean, I lengthened the body quite a bit, and then just had just a bit. But these are 150 grams, right? So I don't know. You would have to look, but if you didn't want the main body to be so wide or so long, sorry. And then recently, my Lola Bean Yarn Co. Princess Bean arrived, which is, yes, this really pretty kind of cream, kind of pinky base with all kinds of speckles. And I've decided that I'm going to pair it with something in my stash. I was looking at buying something, but this is Blue Moon by Mitchell's Creation. So yeah, all of the ZK points there. And I believe that it will be a night book. So yeah. Yes, it's that all over fingering weight color work sweater that has really intricate motif. Do you remember when we were all?
Yes, it was Never in a Million Years. Is Amy gonna knit that? Yeah, that one.
You just did a festive doodle. That's an all over fingering weight sweater. She shakes her head at me.
No, I mean, I felt like the festive doodle was a lot of like, I don't know. I don't think that it's quite the chart.
True. But color work is really potato chippy, right? So I'm so excited. I think there's a lot of contrast there, which is what I was looking for. And I also wanted the main color to be the darker color because I looked at people that had flipped it, and that wasn't my fave. No offense to anybody that it was, but I liked the samples knit up in a very dark, like black slash gray. And then I think there's some speckles in the lighter color. So yeah, I think this one needs to, well, yeah. I'm like, I think this one needs to go on sooner than later because all over color work sweater needs to be worn in the winter and finished up in the winter. But yeah, the red and pink. Anyway, that's the problem with needle adjacent projects. Now they're all in this bag talking to each other. She's going to pick me first.
Right.
And my yarn talks. We've established that it may not be the most
yeah, when I kept on those mosaics, I ignored my knitting for an evening, like my other projects for an evening, and I felt bad because I was I'm very close to getting these socks, the one sock done, to where then I'll feel like, okay, I'll get it done before the next color arrives. But yeah, I might have to give up on that dream early. It's gonna be a full year of me knitting one sock and going, shoot.
I finished mine up, so my gentle drizzles are done. I haven't taken photographs of them, but I got them done before. So I think that we just got it actually got charged and is going to be hitting the USPS here shortly, from the farmer's daughter. I'm excited to see what that's going to be and what mill it's going to be. So maybe you could do like an every other month or every quarter. I think the KAL is actually every quarter. So
yep. Yeah, no, for sure. And, it doesn't have to be socks, right? It's fingering weight yarn. If I get something that plays well with others, I can make something fun. But yeah, I don't know. I do want to finish the sock. I did find yet another errata after we were talking that was even bigger. So I'm like, oh, it's fun.
Yeah.
So if you follow that pattern, your socks will not look like mine or the picture. They just won't.
Okay.
But I made them match the picture. So
yeah, no. So that's a good, we were talking about this weekend. That's a tip or trick. We could save it, but just in case anybody could benefit from it now. Books, you don't think because you got them from Ravelry that you should check Ravelry for errata, but like my sock in Operation Sock Drawer had a few instructions that needed to be clarified, and that's on the Ravelry page because I, as a designer, have control of that page. So if you run into something or you're casting on, you might want to check those Ravelry pages. So
absolutely, yep. And as we discussed, I'm making a list so that
are you checking it twice?
Well, no, I want to be helpful to the designer. I don't know how many people tried to knit that sock, and so if we can get some updates. I also didn't check Ravelry yet because I was feverishly working on it. So maybe that's what I'll do this evening after I get back from buying ink and.
Yeah, again, it's. I mean, if I had the ability to digitally update the pattern, I would, right? But I can't, and so Ravelry is the best place as any to kind of have like a this is the entry for the pattern, and here's where you could either look for a link to the publisher's website for the errors, or I can just publish them on that site. So yeah, just a heads up to folks. That's a good place to check, even if you didn't buy it from Ravelry, even if you've got the physical book in your hands, right? Ravelry is a good place to look for either explicitly some new updated instructions or link to new instructions. So
yeah, no, for sure. But yeah.
But we're now into tips and tricks.
We've gone off the rails yet again.
Does that surprise to no one? To no one that we could end up in a random place.
La La Land. You did mention the February KAL for the Zombie Knitpocalypse 2021. If you're in the KAL with us in February, there's a knit with pink and red. But as Megan mentioned, it's okay if you've already started something with pink and red, as long as you finish it up and get it entered in February. It can count for that.
Yep.
And
it doesn't have to be red and pink, right? Like it has to have those colors in it, but it doesn't have to be predominantly that color.
It can be a splash of pink.
Yes. Lots of
So
splashes.
the other thing that I wanted to mention, as well as it came up, if you have something new that you wanted to try and you haven't cast it on yet, just get it cast on in this month. So you have until the end of the week, cast it on, and then you can finish it in February. And still count it for the something
and
new.
that's ZK and ZKN. So they'll be running concurrently through February. So
and the ZKN has prizes. And the ZK is just bragging rights.
Yeah, it's on again, if Mercury wasn't in retrograde and technology wasn't being mean to me this week, it's on my radar to create a kind of a dashboard for the ZK KAL, so you could see your entries. We can see counts. We can see who the teams, current total yardage. So stay tuned for that. It'll be a webpage out on Zombie Netpocalypse, and we'll share that with folks so that you can get a snapshot of where things are.
Yep. No, that'll be good. And until then, I'm looking and checking my list as they come in. I did get caught up, so I have seen everything. I've gotten a few notes that they didn't get emails with some of their entries and they wanted to double check. So until some sort of dashboard comes up, you can just send me an email.
Okay. We did have a question about whether or not you could spin or crochet for February, and that's a go. Yep.
The whole thing is multi-craftual, as it were. Yeah. So you can weave, you can spin, you can knit, crochet.
Tunisian
I think
crochet.
the only thing that you can't do is knitting machines.
Yep. So. Sounds good. Well, again, we are always ever excited about the KALs and about our projects and your projects, and those
I ordered mugs. Things.
What?
Oh, I got to order mugs this week. That's an exciting thing.
Yes. Alrighty.
It's all happening for now. Bye.
Bye, Ufta.